Hi, friends. I need to tell you something that you don't want to hear. I'm going to upset some people today, and you know what? That's good. Because if you're over 55, you've been made redundant, laid off, you've been forced into early retirement, whether you wanted to or not. If you become ill, divorced, widowed, or simply life has knocked the stuffing out of you financially, someone needs to tell you the truth before it's too late. Stop sitting on LinkedIn all day, especially if you have severance, because you're blowing through your severance. Don't go out and buy a big purchase because you deserve it, because you got laid off. I know exactly what you're thinking because I did the exact same thing. I hadn't been in the job market for 20 years because I was with the same company. I was convinced that if I just rewrote my CV one more time, contacted one more recruiter like Korn Ferry, had one more networking meeting, coffee, or sent one more LinkedIn message, the magic job that I had at a senior executive level at a mid six-figure salary I was just gonna walk into it. The world's changed. I wasn't stupid. I wasn't lazy. I was grieving. I was grieving the loss of a career that I loved, an identity. I was pissed. Why me? I was grieving the loss of the camaraderie, the work, the structure. And while I was grieving, time was passing and money was leaving my bank account. My severance was disappearing. Every day that I convinced myself, and I did this every day, that tomorrow would be different. Tomorrow was the day that I was going to get an offer. Tomorrow never came. And if you're doing that today, I need you to hear this. You don't need another networking coffee. You don't need a job. You need income. You need to be in control of the money coming into your household. And those are two completely different things. And at first, it's going to be hard and you're going to scrape by. And you know what? There's work involved. You don't get to sit behind a desk and delegate anymore. If you're a factory worker, a nurse, a teacher, a housewife, a CEO, a janitor, or a chemical engineer, it doesn't matter. We're still all in the same place. We're without work. We can't find work because of ageism and a bunch of other things. We got here because of redundancy, cancer, divorce, a stroke, bereavement, or because your company decided that you were just too damn expensive and too old and you couldn't keep up anymore. And they could get a 33-year-old with better skills at less money. The income has stopped, but the bills haven't, and that's the reality. Now, here's the part that's going to piss people off. Your ego is not paying the electricity bill. Your pride is not buying your groceries. And your old job title isn't putting petrol in the car, money is. And that's living in the past. Who cares what your old job title was? Stop asking, what job do I deserve? And start asking, what problem can I solve by making X amount of income this week? If the answer is yes, income's going to help me, any skill that you have that could be a hobby and you're good at, crocheting, cake baking, wood carving, car mechanics, teaching English, speaking a foreign language, you have a business. You've monetized yourself. Use it. Will it feel beneath you? Yeah, it feels beneath me when I go out and power wash people's patios, mow their grass. Sure. Iron their clothes. Will it feel embarrassing? Sure it does. Will it keep a roof over my head while I rebuild my life? 100%. It's 4 years later. I make enough to pay my core bills, and you have to have a budget and live frugally to keep this working. Because no one is coming to rescue you but you. Government might help a little. Family might help a little. Friends might help a little. Don't build up credit card debt. Don't raid your 401k. Don't keep it from your wife. The person that's going to rescue you is staring at you right now back in the mirror like I'm looking at myself now. That's why this channel exists. To help people Survive long enough to stop scraping by and have enough to rebuild, to create income, to stop the financial bleeding, to help you sleep at night again, and to start building an emergency fund and to stop living in fear. Because we're all going to have the need for a new pair of glasses, a cavity. That money has to come from somewhere. Because if you can create one income stream, you can create another and another. And one day you'll wake up and realize something incredible. You're no longer waiting for a C-level, a hiring manager, HR, or somebody else to give you permission to have a job and earn a living. You're doing it yourself. That's retirement rescue reset. Not waiting, not wishing, resetting. And it involves work. You have to put in the time to answer the Facebook ads, whatever you can do, babysitting, dog walking, hanging a picture, painting a windowsill, whatever you can do, say yes to that person. And then ask them for a review and put it on your page. If you have a carpet shampooer at home, start advertising on Facebook to shampoo people's carpets. Whatever you can do to bring income in so that you know that your basic monthly bills are covered, and immediately stop the spending, the eating out, the date nights, the subscriptions, all of that has to stop. You have to live frugally until you are way over what you need to live on. And then you put that in your emergency fund. And once that's fully funded, then you can have some things again. It's ugly. It's hard. It's depressing sometimes. But when you have paid your monthly bills with income that you earned with your own two hands and using your own brain, that's the magic. Stick around here long enough to get my 50 ideas for income streams that anyone with any capabilities can do to survive without a 9-to-5. Because the likelihood is your professional life is over. I'll see you in the next one where I talk to you about how I make 800 pounds a month from hosting one exchange student, which is not taxed because it's considered a stipend and it doesn't affect any benefits if you're on them. Sorry that this was so confrontational, but I have to get through to you people because your ego is not going to get you a job. You don't need a job. You need money. See you in the next one.